Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we got a brand new product for you for your outdoor gear and camping needs. It is the Keith Titanium 900 milliliter single wall camp mug with lid. Let's check it out. All right, folks, welcome back. So I wanted to show you this today. A little late on doing the video today, but you guys will get to see it after all. Today, we're looking at this Keith Titanium 900 milliliter. It's a single wall camp mug with lid. Now, I would consider this more of a camp pot than a mug. However, judging by some of my cups of coffee in the morning, that could probably do me for a day or so. I think it's a really neat little thing. I have definitely become more and more attracted to using titanium when outside, when doing survival and prepper type stuff, just because of its weight and its convenience. This thing, they cool down so quickly. If you have food in it, it won't. But when you're done and you got to pack up and you got to be on the go, they cool down quick enough where you're done and you can stick this in your bag and be on your way. They're not like the stainless steel pots where you have to like dig them in snow or something and wait 20 minutes before they cool down. That happens to be a feature I really like. I also find that they don't transmit heat to the handles as much on a lot of these stoves, so a lot of these pots, so you're able to kind of pick it up barehanded, which is also more of a convenience. It does come with a very nice lid here. This is a 900 milliliter pot. I don't have anything big enough, really. A lot of the stuff that I have in titanium is probably half that size or a quarter that size, or more of an individual 1 cup type thing. And I don't really have anything large like this. I don't have, other than my other titanium cook set, which is more of a canteen type cook set, I don't have anything big enough to say dump a pot of soup in there and warm it up. What we're going to do today is warm something up that does have a little bit of difficulty being warmed up slowly, and that's the beef ravioli. What I'm going to do is warm it up over an alcohol stove and show you how this distributes the heat evenly. You got to stir it, but it distributes the heat evenly, and you can dump a whole thing of soup in here or whatever and heat it up nicely. Now, this single wall titanium mug has folding handles, as you saw when I opened them up. There's non-toxic, dishwasher safe, odorless, tasteless. It's very, very handy for folks that have allergies because titanium is hypoallergenic. You will not get any kind of reaction. There's no coatings, there's no linings, there's no aluminum, nothing like that will mess you off. They're also antibacterial, so that's kind of handy as well, especially when you may not be able to clean up your gear as well as you'd like to out in the field. Now, this single wall construction on this can be used either over a fire, over an open flame. You want to be careful doing that with double wall stuff because it will eventually pop or explode. But this is just very, very lightweight single wall construction. And I'm always amazed when I pick up something that's titanium. I'm like, my God, that's so light. It's just really kind of weird when you look at it for the first time. It's just really, really lightweight. So, definitely a cool little thing to have. This is dishwasher safe as well. Now, on the site, you will notice that Keith has a bunch of these different types of mugs and pots. They can nest into each other if you want to say get a smaller mug or whatever. Another reason why I like this big mug is because with some smaller stuff, you can just toss it in there. You can get your little BRS 25 gram little tiny stove and stick that in there as well. Cover it with you, and you're ready to go. There's your cook kit and pot all in one thing with a pot big enough to give you a whole lot of options to cook with. The stove we're going to be using today is my little cat can stove that I put together. And like I said, we're going to be heating up this little beef ravioli. But if I were to stick that stove in here and some fuel, little alcohol stove, little alcohol fuel in there, I'd be good to go as well. It's also far more lightweight than any kind of other stove. So I'm going to get it set up here, and we're going to try and use this to heat up that ravioli. It's a very thick sauce in there, so it takes a while to heat up, and that's why I like titanium, because even if the flame is concentrated, the heat tends to spread out a whole lot better on a titanium mug. So let me get that set up and bring you right back. All right, so we are downward here. I wanted to point it downward so you could see. There we go. That's lit. I'm going to turn off the top light so you can actually see it. The nice part about these stoves is they'll bloom pretty quickly. Now, I do have a little bit of metal shavings in there every once in a while, so you'll see it pop. I just made this stove, I made it on video actually about a week ago, or maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago actually. It's funny, I always lose track with time when it comes to YouTube. So, we're opening up the ravioli here. Okay, and what I'm going to do, let me stick this over here, is put this right over the fire. That's another nice thing with these cat can stoves is you don't need a pot stand. You just make them and throw it right on there. Of course, you can hear it now. I want you guys to understand these raviolis were bought in 2018. Best Buy 2019. This stuff lasts a long time. Most tomato sauces won't, but probably because this is an early tomato sauce, it lasts a good long time. So I'm going to give this a little stir. Pick it up off the stove for that. And of course, it is cold now. I'm going to warm it up. Make sure I'm on there right. And I have a thermometer to show you what the temperature is right now. And it's probably pretty darn cold because this came out of my working pantry. This is the pantry I rotate into and use up stuff. And this just happened to be a can. So I got about, what, 50 degrees, 51. Nowhere near hot enough yet to eat. So we're going to give this a few minutes and get a nice even heat on it and show you how well it works. And I'll give you kind of an idea of how long it took. I'm going to look at the clock real quick here. 9:21 a.m. Let's see how long that takes. Just thought I'd bring you back quickly. Kind of about almost there. It's 9:23, so it's been 2 minutes. And already everything is kind of soupy and warm now. This stuff gets very thick when it's, what are we at? About 120. And I mean, for this kind of stuff, that's probably fine. As you can see, it's starting to boil around the edges. What you do with that is when it does do that, and I have been using the lid, you just stir it around a little bit. So there you go. Pretty much in about 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, you have an entire pot of food ready to be eaten, completely silent, very, very lightweight and easy to use. And like I said, with these side pieces here, you can hold it up with the handles without being burned to death. Let's give it a good stir here. Let's see. What do we got? Yeah, I'm almost at 130, almost 140. For pre-cooked food, that's no problem. Again, very, very simple and easy to use. So let me clean up my mess here, and I'll give you some final information on the pot and where you can pick it up. All right, so we're back inside. It's all clean. You'll notice titanium does kind of discolor with heat once in a while. As a matter of fact, something I wanted to try with this after the video is I want to use my little propane torch on it because I kind of like the blues and the purples and stuff you get when you heat it up around the edges. It's just a little thing I'm going to try after we're done here, but it did clean up very, very easily. There was a little bit of stuff burned on the bottom, you know, tiny little area where it was burned, and that came right off. So that's another thing that's cool about titanium. It's very, very easy to clean. I always pack like a little green, I cut off a little piece of green scrubby, and I always pack it in my camp gear and cook gear, and this was able to clean it up, no problem at all. So the weight on this, 3.3 ounces. Very, very lightweight. Deceivingly lightweight. You know, again, you go to pick it up, and you're like, what the heck? Why does that feel so light? So 3.3 ounces, 3.9 inches tall by 4.5 inches wide. Does it come with a mesh storage bag from Keith Titanium. So that's kind of handy too. Keeps everything from rattling around and the top popping off. And like I said, if you pair this with that little BRS stove and the 100 or 230 gram fuel canister, and you get the dry sock, you know, the dry sack there, and put it all together, you got yourself a complete cook kit. I mean, that's really, really convenient. Or in this situation, we use my little alcohol stove, which I have to dump that alcohol back into my flask. And that's the pot stand and everything right there. And you saw within 3 minutes, I had hot food. Really, really hard to beat, not noisy. That's why I kind of like that. And very stealthy and quiet and easy to heat up food and be on the run. Maybe for a get-home bag, if you had a long enough journey where you'd actually need to stop and cook something or warm something up, definitely a way to do it. So I really like these. These are over on the Obuy site. I will leave you a direct link. Again, I don't make anything off these videos. I'm just doing it because I like the gear from them. And they do have some at some really good sales right now. This is $39.99. Now, I know some people are going to be like, $40 for a camping pot? What are you, crazy? I can go to Walmart and buy a $5 cup. Yeah, but it's going to be twice as heavy as this, smaller than this, and it won't last as long, and it won't be as easy to clean. Titanium, it's actually come way down in price from when I started. I got to admit, I started watching prepper and survival videos on YouTube probably the day YouTube came out. I mean, the first ones that were up there. I remember watching the very early Nut and Fancy videos where he was reviewing knives, and I've been watching it for a long time, and I've been following the gear that's been reviewed, and titanium has always been super pricey and Again, I kind of had that mentality. But then I started using it, and I was like, wow, what a difference. I mean, so much weight was cut out of my very first bug out bag. If you go way, way back in my videos, you'll see like when I tore apart my very first bug out bag that was in this green kind of hiker backpack thing. And so much weight has been taken out of those bags over the years. Of course, I don't use the same bag, just by using titanium sporks, everything, knives. Really super lightweight, easy to carry, easy to use. So that is the Keith Titanium 900 milliliter single wall camp mug. Does come with a lid, does come with a stuff sack. Very impressed with it. I do have some other stuff to review from Obuy, but it's kind of related to my e-bike, so I didn't want to do all of one video all in one. So definitely, if you like the stuff, subscribe to the channel, check it out. I got that coming up with the e-bike. It's going to make it a little more prepper friendly, yet everyday use friendly. And we're going to be doing the backpack on that I got in the previous Crate Club box. So we're definitely going to be having more ideas coming up survival wise and prepper wise. Anyway, folks, I thank you for watching. Don't forget all the links. The link for this will be down below. Below that is our Amazon store. If you guys want to support the channel and help us out, feel free to just click that link and shop as you normally would. You don't have to buy anything in my store. I really do appreciate when people do that. It doesn't cost you anything, and it really helps us out, and it gives us more ability to buy more gear to review for you. Below that, our freeze-dried wholesaler link. Now, if you guys don't know, till Friday, if you're watching this video a month from now, it's not going to help you, but till this Friday, he is having the pre-sale on the lobster. We did the video on that yesterday. That stuff was amazing. To think that you're actually getting fresh lobster flown in alive, boiled, cooked, freeze-dried right on site and sent to you. So what you do is you prepay on that, and in 2 to 3 weeks or a week, depending on how many orders we get, he'll be able to ship that stuff out to you. It might be able to ship out right away because he did have a little extra. So depending on the volume of orders, definitely check out yesterday's video. But my link will save you 15% on anything on that site. So now you can go everything from filet mignon to lobster to cheesecake to burgers to chicken to everything freeze-dried. 25-year shelf life. Good stuff. Below that is our My Patriot Supply link. Lots of good food options there in bulk storage. 3-month kit, $200 off. Definitely check them out. There's tons of other deals on the site. It's preparewithiridium.com. Preparewithiridium.com. And lastly, our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.